Hello and welcome to this channel. This is a video out of the ordinary, not so much about cybersecurity, but more about a 3D printer that I recently bought. Now, this video is going to be about how much I regret buying that 3D printer. So I bought the newest Creality flagship K1 model. This is the Max one you see here on the screen. We can just go ahead and pick the one right here, the K1 Speedy 3D printer. I bought it from a Danish retailer, so I didn't buy it directly from the site. However, I did have a lot of problems with it, which I really would like to give my hands-on review on. So, I want to say, first of all, the very first 10 prints on it was okay. I created the Benchy, the 3D Benchy small ship. I also got a some different other small cartoon figures and stuff. But after around 10 prints, I started getting under extrusion and I started getting issues with layer skips and stuff like that. Now, I don't know all the names, but I know it was pretty bad. So under extrusion is a common thing with 3D printers. If you're trying to print too fast, well, then the filament is not being served too fast to the nozzle head and cannot be melted fast enough. Well, to this point, I didn't use any particular fast speed, so it goes up to 300%, and I started printing on 100%, which was kind of slow for this printer. Even then, I got under extrusion and so on. After around 20 prints, and I couldn't really get it, and around 4 firmwares after, I started getting weird error messages. I got some, the prints stopped just in the middle of everything. So for 100%, the print stopped around from 1% to around 10%. And the printer gave me an exception. In most occasions, it was something like, I think it was 2507, and a lot of different kind of 3002 and 3000 area and 2702 I think I also saw, and 2704 and 05 and 06. I've seen many of them already, so I got a bunch of different kind of, exceptions just flashing up on the screen you see down here, and it stopped the print and I couldn't restart it, and it was stuck on restart mode. So when I pulled the power and restarted the printer, it couldn't really do anything. Now, what I did is I actually recorded a video about that, which I'm gonna show, and it's just gonna be one particular example of me trying to reboot the machine. This is the video right here. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. I recorded that in my room. As you can see, it says machine starting up in progress. This is where I got it to. After multiple times of trying to restart it, pulling the power, waiting for 1 minute, it couldn't just get to the point of actually booting up. So I had some issues with that, and I would like to say I never really got away from it. I kind of got stuck on it so much that I kind of wrote the seller and asked for a return of the product, and probably gonna go ahead and get a Bambu Lab P1P instead, because it probably is a better choice for me. However, I really liked the Creality K1 printer because it was cheaper and came with a more beautiful display, and I would say the casing was enclosed and there was many different features to it that actually just worked better. At some point, when this video is done, let me just yeah, you go. It pops up here, as you can see. Let me just find a beautiful picture of it. There we go. Unknown exception 3002. It began giving me these weird exceptions, and this is the last of it where I couldn't use it anymore. I can't even start a print. I can do nothing on it. I have no control of the printer. I'm on the newest firmware up to date of the 27th of July 2023, still standing just left to me in the other room. I cannot print anything on it. I actually got it to work today for around 20 minutes, and then it stopped again, gave me unknown exception 3000 I think it was, and I couldn't do anything about it. So I would like to say that if you want to buy this printer, oh yeah, by the way, and then you're gonna get this, and then you're gonna press restart. When you do that, it just goes back to that. So it's a beautiful thing. So apart from that, I would like to say that, you know, the printer itself is probably good if it works. It reminds me a lot of the Bamboo P1P, which is something that I would really like to get, but maybe I've just been really unlucky with this printer, and I don't know, I just felt like there were so many problems. I want to say, if you're not going to buy this printer, let me give you some few tips already. Now, you have to be patient with the extrusion and extraction menu they have. So when you put a new filament, you know, it should come down the nozzle, as you can see right there. Not always does that. I had multiple tries to change the filament before it kind of worked for me. And then I found out, well, you kind of have to clean the nozzle head a few times here and there, because filament is going to get stuck inside of it. Actually, the second printer tip with this printer, the filament got stuck pretty fast. And I had to pull this long pointy metal stick and push it down from the top to get out the filament. Another thing that was also broken in this printer is the heat detector. So right now, when I started up, the heat goes up to around 240 degrees, but it goes up and down from around 230 to around 250. It goes up and down until it kind of detects, oh, you hit 240, and it shouldn't do that. It shouldn't go up and down until it hits 240. It should just go up and stop. It's okay to maybe 1 degree in the over, but just so many things can go wrong with this printer. Creality has a reputation of having, I would say, not the best of newest printers in the market. So I would just like to say that if you're gonna buy this printer, it's 2023 in July, 27th July. Think about it one more time. Maybe spend a bit more and buy a Bamboo Lab if you want this really fast printers. I already have a Creality printer. In the other one, I have two printers. The other Creality printer I have is a Ender 3 S1. It's been either for a very long time. I've printed many different things with it, and it works okay. I just want something new, better quality, so I figured why not stick to Creality again, because I had no problem with the other one. But it wasn't the case for now. I cannot use it. It is unusable. I have to return it to the seller. I had it for 13 days. 13 days, all these problems, around 7 different kind of exception codes on the screen. I can't remember all of them, in the 2000, 3000 area. Some of them you saw, some of them mentioned, and some of the issues I also mentioned. So I just want to say my review, 1 to 10, I want to give this printer a 2 to 3 maybe, because so many issues so fast. Yeah, okay, so if you got it this far, I would like to say that this is not typical on my channel. I usually don't talk about printers. I just felt like with this kind of experience, I want to give out the honest review, and I cannot show you any images or stuff like that from the printer other than the video that I recorded. So I really hope you liked the video, and you maybe think about it twice before you're gonna buy the K1 printer. If not, go ahead and try it. At least you can probably return it if you're not unhappy with it. Have a nice day, and see you again online.